What's up, Melanated family? This is your boy Harrison from MelanatedFathers.com and Melanated Fathers TV, bringing you the latest news as it pertains to our community. Now, conservative commentator Candace Owens is facing criticism today because she testified in front of a congressional subcommittee, and she basically said white supremacy. If she were to make a list of the top 100 things affecting the black community, she says white supremacy would not be on that list. Now, she's catching a lot of shit for it because hours later, the Department of Homeland Security released a report declaring white supremacist violence is a top threat in this country. You know, and she will go on to say, or her quote rather is, which based on the hierarchy of what's impacting minority Americans, if I had to make a list of 100 things, white nationalism would not make that list, right? So here's the thing. I didn't know much about Candace Owens. I've seen news clips. I've seen a lot of things about her. People have told me negative things about her. I don't buy into that too much because, 15-second clips here or there without getting the full context of a story doesn't really give anybody the right perspective about somebody, right? But I did my research, listened to her talk a little bit. The incident with T.I. at the summit, the Revolt Summit, that was a little eye-opening to me. Of course, in that moment, she mentioned fatherlessness in the black community. Someone that follows me on social media sent me a clip where they made a clip out of that specific moment where she basically mentioned the 74% of fathers aren't in the home and all this shit. So here's the thing, family. Those are definitely facts, but I think it's all about how you present the information and what's your intent behind presenting the information. In my opinion, in my humble opinion, just by watching her, it seems as if she was talking down to black folks, as to say, your fathers aren't in the house, that's why y'all not doing good. Now, she went on to talk about the welfare system, but that was a backdrop, family. That shit didn't feel, to me, that's the problem. The problem is the system, the government. They tried really fucking hard to put us in the position we're in right now. The penitentiary system, how our public schools are underfunded, all of these things have something to do with that 74%. You see what I'm saying? So to not talk about those points first, and this is my opinion, you should talk about those points first. Then you can go down your list of what we need to do to fix these things. But if you present your argument like the problem is us, and for me, that's how she presented her argument. And then when she sit in front of these other people and say basically that white supremacy isn't on her list of 100 things, I mean, goddamn, man. That's now, if she was to say, I don't think white supremacy is the biggest problem in this country. Me personally, I do. If a person don't, I'm willing to have that conversation with you. You can talk about what you feel is the biggest issue. There's no fucking problem with that. But on the top list of 100 things, come on, man. And then, to make all this worse, in my opinion, you're on the wrong side. She's supporting Trump. Anybody, if you do research on this man, this is a racist white man. Period. So if you align yourself with him, and then your tone towards us is kind of condescending, I just don't feel like you have our best interests in your heart. You feel me? So the question then becomes, family, what the fuck do we do with black people in our society who mean us no good? Who, if we bring them to the table to have an honest conversation, if we bring them behind closed doors with the movers and shakers in our community, they may take this information back to whoever they're working for. They may try to do something to sabotage this shit. You see what I'm saying? Man, look. When we look back at like the slavery times, and when we were encapsulated, when we were unable to move freely, there were hundreds upon hundreds of slave revolts that were attempted throughout that time. Do you know the main fucking reason the slave revolts never got on the way? The main reason that they never got off the ground? The main reason that the plan was foiled hella quick? Somebody black who thought white ice was colder, found out about the shit, told on us for their benefit. In my opinion, when we look at not all, but some of the black people that represent us in media and like who are public figures, we have to watch out for them, family. Now, there's a dichotomy to this, because most people will say, well, we all got to be on the same page. We all got to be together. We got to do everything together. We can't be talking about our sister like that. But hear this out, man. Everybody black ain't on the same fucking team. Just because you black, I'm not going to say, okay, come on in here. Man, that's why we've been put in the position we've been in for so long. Trusting people that don't mean us no goddamn good. Now, I wanted to give Candace Owens the benefit of the doubt, and I'll still do that. I'll continue to try to do that. But this don't look good, family. This don't sound good, family. She sounds stupid as fuck. And again, the incident with T.I., because during that diatribe that they were having, they cut her off a lot of times. I think how just all of it was laid out. It was kind of sloppy. They were talking over each other. It kind of spoke to some of the issues we have as a people. I appreciate her and the other young lady that was representing Trump for even coming there and sitting in that environment and having that type of dialogue with black folks. I mean, I appreciate that. But at times, it's like, I don't know if people like this are good for us or if they're doing more negative. You see what I'm saying, family? So for more news stories like this, please go to melanatedfathers.com. Go to Melanated Fathers TV on YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Hit that notification bell so you can know when new things drop. I'm out.